What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another DC Heroes and Villains video. Alright guys, so since this is a brand new global game that has just dropped, with my experience in this game, I'm going to give you guys some of the top tips to help you move your account along and get you ready and tiered up to do some of the harder stuff out here so you can move, progress, and get yourself some fat loot and some tokens to get some good summons going for your account. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about. A lot of people who haven't played these kind of games before ask the same question. What's a tier up? How do I do it? Where do I go about getting these items? Well, I want to talk to you guys about that because it's fairly important, because there's a few avenues to help you do this. And it's very important that you actually explore these avenues, because if you don't, you're going to run out of stamina, you're going to get really bored, and your characters will not be moving along as they should. So real quick, I want to talk about character progression. So the first thing I want to note is when you click on your character, you're going to be having these 6 slots. Now these 6 slots here is how you tier up your unit. You can see here I have tier 3. When I get all 6 slots completed with these pluses, I'll get myself a tier 4 character, and so on. Now as you progress, it goes from green items to blue items and then to purple items, and they become excessively hard to get eventually as you get further into the tier system. Now the first thing I want to point out, a first tip I want to note to you guys, is the bottom right over here is the easiest one to get. You should always focus on this one first. It's the easiest power increase, and it's also the only item that requires 2 things. The rest of them all will require, if you look here, 3. Okay, so you're gonna need to get these items in order to boost these items, in order to get this one item and this item at the same time, while this only requires the 2. So always get this out of the way. It'll boost your power up. So let me just show you guys real quick. If I go find, you can see here supplies. Now this is something else I want to talk about real quick. When you click on that, it's going to show you how to get it in campaign mode and then how to get it in supply mode. The tip here is, if it exists in supply and you're low on stamina, buy it in supply. So let's go back and talk about this real quick, because this is something else that I want to discover with, or go through with you guys. So in the daily shop, the item shop, you're going to click the shop right here. You're going to get yourself every 8 hours this 60 stamina. Definitely collect it and go from there. Now the one thing I want to note is your stamina does not regenerate past the max amount. So if you have 157 or over 97 like I do, you will not gain any more stamina. It does not refresh. You have to completely use up your stamina or go below 97 for it to start the cycle of refreshing. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. Do not buy energy. Be patient. It's very expensive, especially for free to play. Okay, so that's something I want to point out. So every 8 hours this will pop. You can set a timer for yourself, whatever the case may be, but it's absolutely worth going for. Now 25 diamonds for 50,000 gold, not worth it. Get yourself the challenge. So let's go back into here. You're going to see these challenges pop up. You'll see every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday these challenges will be available. Now they've got higher end challenges for more gold. You can see here you can get yourself 40,000, which is close to the 50 for 25 for practically free if you just do the fight. So let me just show you guys how the fight is done. We'll just go ahead and use my team. We'll auto it. Always get those challenges out of the way. Push for as high as you can. Now the way this works for challenges is you have 30 turns to complete a challenge, and you have X amount of enemies to complete that in. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and auto this while I talk. Now the way the challenges work is you can do them as many times as you want, even if you fail. If you succeed, it takes up a point and then you move up the echelon. Okay, so try harder challenges in case you can beat them to get better loot that way. Okay, so that's the one thing I want to point out. We're going to talk about auto as well real quick, and what the problem is with auto and how to avoid this problem, okay, shortly. But this is one of the tips here in the shop. Every 8 hours, get yourself your stamina. Always focus on the bottom right of the tier. And number 3, do your challenges even at the harder levels, and you can do it unlimited amount of times until you succeed. Do not always depend on the lower stuff just because it's easy auto win. Okay, now I'm going to talk about auto real quick while we're doing this. Okay, I'm going to go ×1. Auto has a problem. If you have 4 things lined up and ready to go, auto will not do it. They'll only do 3. They focus on 3 tiering. Okay, they don't focus on 4. Another problem with auto is if you have a 5 setup, it doesn't do, like watch this, there's 4 here, right? It may not, see, look at that, it goes for the 3. It does not do 4 or 5. So you're better off manualing these challenges, completing them yourself, and then letting auto do the, or auto win do it for you. Do not play auto if you can avoid it, unless you're in the time crunch and you don't have a choice. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about here. I'll do this myself. It makes it a lot easier, and you'll notice the difference in damage instantly. Okay, so this took 24 turns. I may actually end up failing this because of auto mode. Okay, so Here's 4. And it's actually a possibility here that I should not have failed this if I did this by myself, right? And that's the problem here with using auto. They have set up the worst auto system I've ever seen in a puzzle game ever. Literally, like it's horrific how bad it is. So if you can avoid it, guys, do yourselves a favor, do your account a favor, just don't do it. I have one more turn to complete this. It's not gonna get done. So I'm gonna go back in here and I'll do this later, but I just want to show you guys how bad auto can be. I'm about to literally lose this battle right now. So let's see if I can do this real quick. Let's see if I can pull off one more attack here. It's over. So you can see there, very important, guys. Do not let auto dictate. Now, let's go back here and watch me do it on manual and how fast I get it done in comparison. Okay, so watch this here. All right, guys, real quick. Just wanted to show you guys here. We're at the last 2 stages of the enemies in the challenge mode for gold. Look at the difference, 24 turns and 30 just doing manual versus completely dying on the last 3 opponents that we had in auto. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I just wanted to go get through this and show you guys how much better auto or manual is versus auto, and why it's so important that you guys focus on doing it yourself rather than allowing the NPC play for you. I promise you guys the results are absolutely different and uncanny. It's like night and day almost in terms of how much better it is to play auto mode versus manual mode. So do yourself a favor. Get out there and play some manual. I promise you, just like any other game, if you're controlling it rather than the NPC, you're probably going to see better results. This is another prime example of that right now, right? So you can see here, almost done. One more attack here, we should be completed. And there's the challenge mode finished. Sorry, I don't want to do the whole thing over just because it does take a little bit of time. But there's 40,000 gold in your pocket. The thing you want to note here real quick is it's very important to build 2 teams, okay? So 2 teams of 1 team of villains, 1 team of heroes. The reason why you want to do that is when you go into these charges, which will refresh, by the way, you get 2 every single few hours. Jump in here and do them when you can. You'll get yourself this little stage where you can either fight a villain or a hero. If you use a hero team, you have to use a full hero team with the guest being the hero that's in the title, or you can fight with the villain team. Now this is very important because you get yourself battle pass points, which earns you more rewards a lot faster, and then you earn yourself these hero capsules or villain capsules, which give you summoning abilities. Now you get 80 per villain or hero, whichever one you decide to do. Let's go with villain. I'll show you guys how this works. Let's take Penguin out actually and see if we can put in Cersei. Yeah, let's take him out. Cersei in. Okay, and then we're gonna show you this battle here real quick. So you will fight the actual opponent here. Usually it's enemies. Sometimes it's a 1 boss, like it'll be just 1 opponent for you. Let's take auto out and do this ourselves. And what'll end up happening is once you complete this, you get yourself the battle pass rewards, you get yourself tokens. Now the easiest thing to do is collect those tokens, obviously, depending on what team you need help with. So if you're lacking tokens for, or if you're lacking heroes for villains, use hero teams to get yourself villain tokens, right? If you're lacking heroes, obviously do the opposite, but you definitely want to work on having both a good villain and a good hero team. And another reason for that as well too is during the storylines you have side quests, which are hero specific and villain specific, and in order to maximize the 30 stars to get all your diamonds for free, you got to do both of them and complete those as well too. So it's important, guys, to build yourself both sets of teams, because that's how you maximize your rewards in this game. If you don't, you're going to be stuck going back often to finish them, and then you won't be ahead of the game like most people. Okay, so we're going to do this real quick. Firefly AoE, Lex Luthor's beam. There we go, and this should pretty much finish this off for us after Superman here. Okay, so you can see here Superman got all these debuffs from Cersei and Lex Luthor, because Lex Luthor's here. Whenever he does his Krypton beam, Superman gets debuffed. So that's why Lex Luthor's so important to have, especially against Superman teams, because they're really tough. Superman is immune to almost all damage, not all damage, sorry, all debuffs without Lex Luthor's Krypton beam. So very important to have Lex around if you can get him. Focus on using him against Superman, okay? So there you go, great job done. You get your rewards, there they are. And then you move on, you also get yourself a little bit of gold as well, okay? So let's jump on to the next one. Now remember, these refresh every few hours, so make sure you're doing both. You can actually rack up quite a few hero tokens by doing this. So very important, guys, to get this done. Now, during story mode, you're also gonna get, like I mentioned, these 2 side missions right here. This blue one here, which is all heroes, hero side mission, and the villain side mission. Make sure you get these done to get yourself the full 30 stars to maximize to getting your diamond rewards, okay? So, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about back to the shop again. we stopped here at the gold. I want to talk about these items. Anytime you see a yellow item, that means a unit can actually use this item, okay? So make sure the ones you want to get, more importantly, are going to be these right here, these altered germline DNA. These germline DNA, okay, are going to be ones that are the hardest to get in the game, and they require the most quantity. So anything that's green is going to be green tier, anything that's blue is going to be blue tier, anything that's purple is going to be purple tier, okay? So go to your, don't just buy them frivolously, like on the spot. Go to your team member, click on their magnifying glass if you need it, find this item, click on it, and if it actually is available in the shop, you can purchase it in the shop. So do not just go ham on here and start buying everything, because you will run out of resources, which is one of the most important ones, is gold, and you're not going to be able to actually tier up and level up your characters whatsoever. So make sure, guys, don't just jump in here and start buying everything just because it's available. And if you have the gold, gold is a hot commodity in this game, and it's really hard to come by. So definitely on your daily one, don't just come in here and start buying everything. Go to your character, click on someone's item, right, and see where it's available. See, auto win, not available in the shop. If I click here, these ones for sure won't be. So for example, if I click here, actually, you see here, auto win, and then you can do battle pass. So it tells you different avenues that you can go to get some of these items. I'm trying to see if there's one, there's a couple here, more stages. Here's one that supplies available in the assault shop. So we'll go back to that shop now. So again, go to your character, explore what to buy from there and where you can buy it. Don't always rely on purchasing it from the shop, or sometimes if you run out of stamina, this might be your only option. So keep that in mind. Assault shop. Now, where do you get tokens? These assault shop tokens are found in assault mode, which is your PvP mode. Make sure you're always using all of your modes, or all of your turns here. The way this works is you get 10 floors per rank, or per node, I should say. And when you fight an opponent, you can fight opponents based on the power level and the amount of steps they give you in that 10-step ladder. So this will give you 3, this will give you 4, this will give you 5. Always try to aim for the 5, guys. If you can get all 5 every single time, you'll traverse through this really quickly, collect what you need, specifically in this case it's gold, and make sure you set up your defense before you do any PvP, because the last thing you want to do is do PvP and start losing. As you can see here, PvP gives you quite a few good items. This is a lot of gold, this is a lot of metatopes for EXP for fighters, this is a lot of this is 2 free summoning tokens, etc., right? And there's stamina, and there's diamonds. PvP is a very important mode. These will refresh over time, so make sure you do it. So going back to the shop here, you're going to be able to buy yourself some actual tokens for heroes and villains. So these will come aplenty for you guys through the actual 2 searches and this shop. So make sure you're doing your PvP and focusing on buying these to build up your team. Once your team is built, then you can start using it to get yourself some gear. You can see it's fairly cheap, and it's a great alternative to using stamina and gold in the daily shop. So the assault shop is super, super important, guys. You should absolutely be focusing on here. All right, and lastly, upgrades. Now this here can be purchased whenever you get dupes and you maximize your units. These dupes will convert into character credits, which can be used to buy yourself various rewards, such as summoning tokens, these things to level up your power moves, and then additional tier items for you. So very important to note, there's 2 different kinds. There's the elite character credits, which are 4-star and 5-star ones, and then there is the normal character credits, which is the 3 and 2-star ones. Okay, so as you go through the game, you're going to be able to buy yourself quite a few of these, and summoning tokens become a lot easier to come by. All right, speaking of summoning, very important here, guys. Okay, the summoning section that you want to summon for, never waste your diamonds on basic capsule. Never. It's the worst thing you can do, because basic capsules only give you up to maximum 4 stars. Not worth it. Only when you get the free capsules, then you should use them, or your free one-time summon. These hero ones, the premium capsules, avoid this one as well. Do not use it here because it's not worth it. You can see here that the rewards are all the same, but if you go to the actual section here, there is no up units. There's no extra increase chance to get a specific unit. The hero ones here, obviously you get the hero capsules you'll summon. That's pretty straightforward. Villain ones, same scenario. You can get those from the shop. This is what you want to always summon on. Always summon on the battle pass capsule. It doesn't matter if you bought the battle pass or not. What you get is a chance, an increased chance for the hero that's featured. In this case, it's one of the best tanks in the game, and it is Superman. So, for example, you'll go ahead and summon yourself. Now, there is a 58 open capsule. I believe there's a 60 or 70 or 80 or something like that. I think maybe it's 80. Pity for capsules. It doesn't matter if you do multi or if you open one at a time. I believe there is no difference. Let me reread that just to make sure. Yeah, I don't think there is a difference. Okay, so legendary characters at 1%. He is obviously increased. You get 15% for epic, 40 for rare and uncommon characters. Feature character drop rates 5-star is 25% of the odds that the 5-star character you get will be Superman. So there is still a chance you don't get Superman when you get the 5-star, but it's a higher chance. So make sure, guys, all of your tokens are used on the battle pass. Now, the summoning animation. Purple means you're going to get a 4-star character. You'll get this orb, 4-star character pops up. Cool. When you do it again, you'll see what the next one looks like. Let's see. Okay, blue means either going to be a 2-star or a 3-star. There's a 2-star, okay? So you can see here, converted into those credits. Let's do one more time. Hopefully we get a 5-star, obviously. Doubt it's going to happen. It's very low percent. There's another 2-star or 3-star. There's a 3-star, converts. So 2 stars convert into 20, 3-star converts into 40. So very important, guys, to note that, okay? There you go. Diamonds. Absolutely can use them towards this if you want. You could also use it towards stamina. I don't recommend using it towards stamina. Just wait it out, I think, is probably the best way to go. But that's up to you on how you want to play the game. You can see here your dailies. Make sure you get them all done. Note that there's train 1 hero character, train 1 villain character, equip a piece of gear on a hero character, equip a piece on a villain character. Make sure you don't just focus on one. In order to get your dailies done, you have to focus on at least 1 villain and 1 hero. Make sure you have both. Okay, that's another tip for you. The weeklies, you'll just get them as you go along. Really good rewards sit in here. So you can see battle pass, free summon, a lot of gold. Here's a more gold and then some more. Right, so this will be something you'll just naturally get done. Don't worry about it. Your lifetime ones, you'll just get through just playing the game. It's an achievement thing. You can see here if I go to Gotham, I should have had this. I don't know why they're not giving it to me, but hell, it is what it is. There's a couple bugs still, okay? So those are some of the more important things, guys. Keep in mind that the guilds mode is not available yet. So once it is up and they start running, I will cover that as well too. If you are looking for what units to go for, I've already covered it in my team build guide. I've already covered it in the global release guide. So I gave you guys some of the top 3, 4, and 5-star characters to focus on. And check out the team building guide if you want to know what to do. Battle Pass, real quick before I go any further. Do not buy this if you are looking to play this game just for fun. The rewards are not worth it. If you are going to play hardcore though and you want to maximize your account, this is actually not bad to go with. I personally am not buying it because I have what I need from it, and the rewards themselves are actually really good as a free to play. So not necessarily in any way, shape, or form. The only benefit, of course, is you get the extra rewards if you do decide to buy it. All right, guys, those are the tips and tricks. So let's just summarize this real quick. Characters. Bottom right section of your tier, get that out of the way first. It's the fastest upgrade and the easiest one to do. When you are tiering up, make sure you see all the avenues you can purchase or use your stamina for, or use the assault shop. Make sure you use the shops to your advantage, but don't always jump in and spend gold. It is a rare commodity in this game. Do your challenges, try to push yourself as far as you can. You have unlimited tries until you complete it, then you get 3 of them. And that pretty much will cover that section. Recruitment, only recruit from Battle Pass. Don't recruit from anything else. Always do your 2 searches in the city. They do refresh. Go back and get these done. Focus on whatever is your weakest, whether it's villain or hero, and put your summoning into that. And then, of course, the recruitment section, you can see here, you get free capsules. These will only give you 4 stars, not 5 stars. And then assault. Make sure you jump in and do your assaults. Try to do 5 ladders or 5 steps every single time. Get these rewards, get them out of the way. And remember, items are purchasable from the shop every single day in various different places. So upgrades, buy this. Assault, buy these until you maximize your units, then focus on some gear. And then daily, remember, this is every 8 hours. It is popping up for you to get stamina. All right, guys, this is Payne. Auto sucks. Use manual. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Take care.